Hello, Internet, and welcome to tonight's season one finale, I guess we'll call it, of All Myths Are True. I am your host and keeper of monsters, Savvy, and these are my friends, and we're here to play a game and finish at least this chapter of a story. But before we do that, let me look at my calendar because we have some other great stuff going on the channel also that I need to announce. For example, that we don't usually play on Fridays, but I had a migraine yesterday, and so we couldn't play yesterday. But we're playing today, and we will be on bi-weekly Thursdays from here until the end of time. I'm not sure what's going on with producer Sean over there, but it looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun when your camera tries to color correct.
Funky?
Yeah.
Anyway, announcements. Tomorrow, we have a new episode of Saturday Nights where we play D&D. All of us. And also Barry. He'll be there too. And then that's at 3 p.m. And then on Sunday, that's this Sunday, right? Pathfinder?
Yeah, this Sunday. Yeah.
This Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we are going to have the premiere of our second edition Pathfinder mini-series called The Pursuit of the Black Kestrel. And some of us will be there, and some other friends from other games and other channels will be there as well. And we're going to try to play Pathfinder, and it's going to be really, really fun. And then after that, I think we have kind of a slow week next week. This particular show will be back 2 weeks from yesterday on Thursday the 23rd, same time, same place we usually play, to start playing Tales from the Loop. That's going to be really fun. Characters are being made and things are being created, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be playing in alternate 1980s Alabama, where I'm from. I'm not in the 80s, but it's going to be really fun, so tune in for that. And does anybody else want to announce anything fun?
Well, next week, barring disasters, we will have Tidefall returning next week.
Good. Yay! I missed that. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so next Wednesday, that'll be the 15th, I think. Yes. The 15th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Barring any IRL explosions, Tidefall, which we're all very, very excited for. Yeah. Anything else? Also, we have other stuff that you can consume. We have a Twitter that you can follow, where mostly we retweet Dungeons and Dragons things and talk about when we're going live. If you want to know when we're going live, Twitter is a great place to find that out. You can also join our Discord, where this week we've been talking about... What have we been talking about this week? Fortnite. Mostly. That's just me. Everyone else is talking about other stuff. But if you want to talk to us about and play games and stuff with us and talk about nerd stuff, join our Discord. It's awesome. We have a lot of fun. Sometimes we play games together and talk about TV shows and stuff. So it's awesome. I think that's all I can think of right now as far as important stuff goes. Oh, also we have podcasts, but we're kind of behind on the podcasts right now because holidays. So podcasts, they do still exist. They're called Cyberscape and Storyboard, and we have been working on them. We've just all also been traveling a lot. So if you like podcasts, check those out. You can find them on iTunes, CastBox, whatever your podcatcher is, except for Google Play for some reason, but we're working on that. No, you're not working on that? I thought you were working on that.
I've stopped working on that. Google Play can suck it. You can watch it somewhere else or listen to it somewhere else.
Download CastBox. It's a good app, and they're not paying me to say that. I just use them to listen.
Buy
to
an iPhone like everyone else.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. So capitalism is bad, and listen to our podcasts. Bye, everybody. Just kidding. This has been probably my most professional start so far. I'm not gonna floss on this one though.
Oh God.
The night is still young.
I haven't been playing Fortnite.
We got a cease and desist about that, so we actually legally cannot floss again on this stream.
Well, I'm deleting Fortnite off the Xbox then. Sorry, Fortnite, you're done. But the real monster in today's story is not Fortnite. It's the creature that the three of you have been encountering over our last couple of sessions of this game. Where last we left off, the three Aegis coursers escaped from a house of horrors, as it were. You encountered, looking for Lefla, who had been unceremoniously kidnapped once again. You encountered lots of scary things, including puppets and fire and being buried alive, which you did promptly bust wide open and escape, friends in tow, making it back to... I feel like I'm missing something, but really just like a couple of big things happened last week. Making it back to headquarters, the Aegis headquarters, where Periwinkle attempted to contact her mother. It did not go super great. She was given an ominous message by Sable, and was about to set off to see just exactly what was going wrong in her home when you were all contacted by Gemma and let in on the information that the dwarves that you brought back with you from the Dwarven homeworld had made a discovery. I think that's it. So we're going to pick up right where we left off. What would you like to do with this information?
Get to the dwarves so we can get to the bugs.
Yeah. I think we were just running down a hallway in slow motion going to the lab, wherever they keep the dwarves in this place.
Wherever they keep the dwarves. Gemma had set them up with an office. Those aren't my notes. That's Discord. That's not going to help me right now.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it might, honestly. There's some pretty creepy stuff in there sometimes.
Oh
no. So you take off toward the communication department in which Gemma had set up the dwarves, Eamon and Kaelin, with an office to continue to work on these runes and sigils and things, and also maybe try to figure out what this creepy puppet thing was. So you take off, making it to them, and I think you sort of enter the office. Gemma's letting you in, and the two dwarven siblings you find in the middle, sort of over a desk that is in the center of the room. There are papers and and books strewn everywhere, and one of them is sort of typing furiously on one of the computers, and I think you can hear them as you approach the office. They are just yelling at each other. They are sort of in the middle of this very heated argument about something, much of it in, I think, a language that none of you understand. But as Gemma sort of lets you in and opens the door, they just stop and they both look at you, red-faced. And I think Kaelin goes, "It's about time."
What'd you figure out?
Yeah, they just told us about this like 5 minutes ago. I don't know why you think we would have been here any sooner.
We also were previously engaged, some of us having been kidnapped by an extra-dimensional entity.
So it's been a tough day.
It's been 5 minutes. Do you all not teleport? What are you...
No, not around the building.
That seems like a design flaw.
Well, why don't you work on that then? You're sort of the magic tech expert here.
I don't work for you, she says. And I think Eamon is like gathering up papers and being like, "Will you just stop for a second?" And they start kind of bickering a little bit back and forth, and Eamon finally goes, I don't even know why she called you, because what she's about to say is, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's nonsense. It's made up. It's a fringe theory at best.
I mean, I'll take it. We've been dealing with nonsense for the last 24 hours.
This whole building is apparently nonsense.
So, elaborate.
Kaylin sort of turns to him and goes, just 2 or 3 minutes. Just shut up. And she turns to the three of you and kind of like it sweeps her like frazzled hair like back out of her face and says, have you ever heard stories, legends, anything of the architects?
No.
Fuck. I'll start from the beginning.
Is that a band?
And I think you can just see like the color just like rising in her face.
Just like nudges Smith.
Sorry.
None of you, no one. And Eamon sort of pipes up and says, they're just stories. They're nothing. It's a legend. It's a scary story to tell in the dark at most. And she's like, I said just 2-3 minutes. Shut up. The architects, they're supposedly, and she like looks at her brother as if she is like placating him. They're these ancient beings that existed long before the crossing, before modern magic, before most of our societies had even really developed. And allegedly they were the most intelligent and the most magical beings to ever exist. They're essentially like sorcerers of legend. They use these old powerful magics and then their own innate wisdom and knowledge to study life, living things, and they would then use that knowledge and their magic to create other living things. Nobody really knows how they would have done this. The old magics are mostly lost to time. There's not very much written, and what we do have is completely indecipherable, but there's this theory, this very fringe theory out there that some of the creatures that exist, not us, but I the things that you look for, there's this fringe theory that they didn't just evolve to be the way that they are, but that they were created and then released by an architect. And I think behind her you can just see Eamon just like almost pulling his hair out, like this is the most bonkers thing that he's ever heard. And she says, and obviously, I mean, in the scientific community and the magical community, like this theory is widely panned. It's nothing, but in my work with and I think she like eyes you, Smith, with a particular Aegis department, some things have come up, and I just connected some dots I'm not particularly happy about. We've been doing research into certain types of creatures, so monsters, right? Trying to figure out where they come from. Part of Aegis wants to know about breeders, about alphas, tracing lineages, that kind of thing. So something you're familiar with, werewolves, lycanthropes, right? For example, we treat lycanthropy as like a virus, something that can be cured, inoculated against, and that wasn't always the case. We had to create a vaccine. To get to this point, we tried to trace it back to where it started so we could figure out how to stop it. And for my purposes, the history of lycanthropy should be really easy to track because of how it manifests. Because when there are wolfmen, people talk about them. And so we tried to trace it back in we couldn't.
Hmm.
We traced it back a little ways, but we never could nail down where it started. And the weirdest thing that came out of this is, so everything we know about evolution, right, biological and magical, suggests that over long periods of time, life changes. It adapts. It makes itself better at surviving. But in werewolves and in a lot of other things, they haven't. We filled in some of the gaps as best we could, and some of it is just a hypothesis, but as far as I can tell, they've been the same since we found them. And we can't pinpoint where they came from. And that doesn't make any sense unless you are the type of person who believes that the virus could have been workshopped and then released into the wild.
Like some kind of supernatural biological warfare.
Like something like an architect might actually exist.
Okay. Well, whether that's the case or somebody else is causing it, I mean, either way, sounds like someone started this, probably the same creepy puppet thing we've been working with.
Dealing with
Yeah.
might be a better choice of verbs.
How do we find them? Do you have anything actionable for us? Something we can point our guns at?
Well, it's not exactly pointing guns, but it might get you where you need to go.
Okay. I'm fine with starting there.
All of the sigils that you found, that you've been working with, they are very old magic, and I think they are coming from the same source.
Okay.
I think it's whatever you're dealing with. If we can, I mean, they're all based in summoning. I've been able finally to translate a few of them, but it is all about summoning things, bringing things in, welcoming things. If we can almost reverse engineer them,
Then we can go to where they're coming from?
maybe. Or you can go to who's bringing them through. Hopefully that's your creepy puppet.
That sounds good to me.
What do we do when we get there, though? If this is like an architect thing, then I mean, they sound really powerful. Not something we can just
Oh, immensely.
shoot.
I'm yet to find anything more powerful than a couple pounds of C4.
I mean, the puppet didn't seem to like it when I stabbed it with just my multi-tool, so I'm not saying that this is enough to take down an ancient entity of immense magical power, but it at least seems to be able to do something.
I mean, we got two options. We either go and we deal with it and we stop it, or we can't stop it, it can't die, and then what's the point anyway? Because they're just going to keep doing what they do, and then the whole thing just becomes an exercise in futility.
Good point.
So, I rather, I'm an optimist, and I rather stay optimistic.
Huh.
So, and the optimist in me is saying, I bet a few bullets will do it.
The realist in me thinks it'll take more than a few bullets.
Well, agree to disagree then. We still need to figure out what's happening with your at home for you.
Yeah. Do you think you guys can kind of like looking at the two dwarves? Do you need us for sort of the reverse engineering thing you're trying to figure out?
I mean, it would certainly help. But we can try to put it together as best we can and then just funnel a ton of magic into it and hope it works.
Well,
I think we hope to be back here for the casting of the spell, but we do have some pressing business elsewhere. So
here's my thought on the matter, because we need to deal with it, especially if your sister is about to do what you're worried she's going to do. Periwinkle, do you think she's doing this of her own free will, or do you think this is this thing influencing her?
I would have liked to talk to her about it, but we were kind of in the middle of that spooky house thing. There wasn't really an opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
So I didn't really...
Because
I don't know, she seemed off.
here's my thought. If we get there, what are we going to do?
Just stop whatever is happening. Hopefully it hasn't progressed as far as what I saw in the vision, but I guess we won't know until we get here. But I guess we just need to stop her.
So is it better for us to go there and deal with that right now, or to just head straight to the source, end it, maybe stop all of this? Because if this follows the same pattern, your sister's about to do something that involves summoning something or bringing something over from wherever this thing's coming from.
That's true.
If we get there first, stop it from coming.
Okay, let's do that. Let's go figure it out.
How I turned back to it. Well, I forgot what their names are.
Eamon and
Eamon
Kaylin.
and
Kay.
Kaylin. I can't remember if it's Kaylin or Kylan.
I think it's been both.
Okay.
If I'm being honest.
K-Dog.
I turn back to A and K, and I say, how long is this going to take with our help?
It's hard to say. At least a few hours.
Okay. And what about with the unit's help? You said they've been looking into this already.
Well, they had me looking into it.
Do you have their resources already? Is there anything you need?
I mean, if we could get some extra assistance from people who know what they're doing, I could probably cut the time in half.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
I'm sure there's other people who know about magic who might be able to help. Maybe aren't from your unit, but who work here at Aegis.
Yeah.
I sure hope so.
I mean, I can recruit who I can. I'll work on getting some personnel. I mean, I know Periwinkle, that's kind of your area. If you rather do that, or if we have a couple hours, if you want to do a drive-by home and see what's going on.
I would like to check on things. Just to see.
Do you and Lefla want to go over in the van, just scope things out, get a status report, and I'll help get things up and running here.
It's a good idea. Yeah, let me see if I can get you a list of other people you might be able to contact before I go.
All right. Break.
Go team!
Go team!
All right, so Lefla and Periwinkle, you're going to drive to Periwinkle's home.
Yes, we're first gonna access her HR records and see if there's anyone who can help with this.
Okay.
Because I think my role,
yeah.
if we were gonna narrow this down to a role, I'm turning green again. My green screen is freaking out. I'll fix that in a second. If the I've got the deal with the agency thing, which I figured to be the most accurate way for me to do something. I don't know if you wanted to like play out a scene, Savannah, but I figured maybe Periwinkle could help with that role.
Yeah, that's what I assumed you were leading up to. So if you guys want to play it that way,
All right.
Lighting is so.
I hate technology.
Technology is really hard to do with you guys. Yeah. So go ahead and roll. What is for the agency plus sharp?
Yeah, is a sharp roll.
Okay.
Yeah, and might need to help is plus cool. I can find my dice again.
Should she roll first? Or...
She can if you want to wait and see the outcome of the roll.
Yeah, you might not need it.
Do this thing.
Let me see. See how bad this goes.
What's your sharp? Is it good?
It's a +2.
That's good. You're fine.
Oh, that's a 9. So yeah, help would be very good.
Okay.
So if you succeed on a help roll, then you can make it a +10.
If not, I may spend a luck just to nail this home. But
Yeah.
I got a 10.
nice.
Okay. So you give them a +1 to help. So that makes that 9 a 10. You're good. Your request for personnel is okay.
Yes.
So yeah, with I think. Sorry, go ahead.
No, so that's just I think what Smith is doing is he goes right into the quadruple security bypass, whatever it is to actually get to the unit area, whatever level 5 security clearance. Scans, swipes his card, goes to speak with whoever he needs to, and gets whatever he needs to get, and will cash in any favors he needs to for it.
Okay. Yeah, so with Periwinkle's help, I think before going in, Periwinkle, you do a little bit of research on your colleagues and sort of compile a list of people who, if you could get their help, Smith would probably be the most beneficial to this. So armed with this knowledge, you sort of approach your superior with your request, and they go for it. Your request is approved, and sort of messages are sent out to these personnel to report to the dwarves.
Okay.
To help.
And then I'm just helping get whatever this is ready.
Okay. So in the meantime, Smith, you staying behind to help set up. Periwinkle and Lefla, you hop in the van and head toward Periwinkle's home once again.
It is a different van because the OG mom van is still on that other world.
Yeah, we don't.
Right.
Yep.
I forgot.
I think last time we went to Perry's place, we went in just her car.
In my car, yeah.
Okay. Mom vanless, you hop in Periwinkle's car. I totally forgot. You guys definitely could have just gotten away with having the van. And
I mean, it is
your
one
honesty.
of my class items, but so eventually
it'll
it'll
come back.
show back up.
It'll come back.
Just
It'll make its way
like,
home.
slowly rolling home.
Yeah, there you
There
go.
there are other vans that I think you can use in the meantime, because I don't want to just totally take that away from you. That would be mean. And I'm not that mean. So you hop in Periwinkle's. Don't give me that look. You hop in Periwinkle's car and drive toward her home. And when you sort of arrive outside this large cave entrance, it looks like everything is pretty much the same as how you left it. There's no like crater where the cave once was, and cars are still parked outside, and you can still see sort of as you go in a couple of your clutchmates sort of hanging out near the entrance, kind of watching for people who come and go.
I'm just gonna go up to one of them and be like, have either of you seen Sable?
No, not recently.
Okay, so I haven't seen him.
Mm-mm.
Oh, cause okay. Thanks.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, I just thought she would be back here, but maybe she came when you guys weren't here. Has anything weird happened lately?
No. I mean, define lately, I guess.
I don't know. Time's been kind of weird for us lately. I like looks at
Maybe
Lefla.
we should just go inside and go talk to your mother.
Yeah, maybe we should. Okay. Hey, thanks, guys.
Yeah. They're kind of looking at you like, are you okay? But they let you pass, and you make your way inside into the cave.
Once we're out of earshot of them, I would ask Periwinkle, how likely is it that Sable has enough pull with them? I'd say maybe. I mean, because based on what you've said, your sister is kind of popular among certain members of your family, so I don't know if maybe
Oh yeah.
everyone else is in on this, or
Oh, maybe.
I mean, I certainly hope not, but I don't think it's a possibility we can rule out. We can afford to ignore.
Okay. Let's see. All right. Well, when I called on the phone, Sable said that my mom couldn't come to the phone. And I think we should go looking for her.
Sounds like a good idea.
But maybe we should be sneaky about it, I guess.
Well, in a way, I don't think we need to skulk through the shadows. I think we just go, and if anyone stops us, we give them some other reason for why you are going to see your mother. Not that you think anything is wrong. It's just like, hey, I need to talk to mom about the thing.
Yeah. Everything's fine. Yeah. Never had a case like this so close to home. This is new.
It is. It can be quite trying. You saw what happened with the doppelganger.
Yeah.
Maybe Sable is a doppelganger.
I mean, maybe. Just like is
What that?
visibly getting like more and more like anxious.
Does that make things better or worse?
I don't know. I have no idea anymore. Let's just go.
Let's just get. Yes, let's go. Allons-y.
All right, you go. You make your way down into the cave, and it again, it looks mostly like it did when you left it. There are sort of in the main area, I think less people hanging around than there were before, as it kind of gets into evening. But a few people of your family, Periwinkle, sort of hanging around. And it is, again, I think for Lefla, Periwinkle, I think you're used to this because of the telepathy of your people, but for Lefla, eerily quiet for a room full of people. So you sort of make your way down. A couple people, Periwinkle, I think, sort of look over to you and wave, and you hear a few hellos. They're happy to see you back so soon. Everything looks regular.
Okay, well, things seem okay so far. Maybe there's nothing to worry about.
I think there's nothing to worry about, but let's hope that things are still okay.
Yeah. Hey, Leffler, can I hold one of your vines, please?
Sure.
She just like kind of, you don't really have hands.
Not that you've ever seen, but
Not.
but yeah. So I think if Leffler were walking in front of you, it would almost look like a little. God, I'm terrible with dog breeds, but the like really shaggy ones just going in front with like a vine leash lead behind.
Yes. Okay. Yay. The ones that look like mops.
Yeah.
Oh, what are those? I can't remember the name. I know what you're talking about though. Okay. She's gonna hold your vine. Yeah, and is gonna keep just looking around for anything sort of weird and off.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to investigate a mystery.
Oh, sweet. I haven't done one of these in a while.
Should I roll as well, or leave it to Periwinkle for now?
If you want to.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, that's a 9.
Okay.
Also a 9.
Okay. You can each ask one question. It doesn't really have to be from the list. It can just be a question.
Okay. Well, I'm just remembering I also have a thing for when I roll. Okay. Is this a beginning of a mystery? Probably not.
I
Like
don't.
we're in like an
think
ongoing
so.
sort of.
Yeah.
Okay, then I won't worry about that thing. I don't know what question to ask, Alex. You got any ideas?
Yeah. I think I will try and get the obvious / most terrifying one out of the way. What is being concealed here? Is everyone else in on this and we're just walking into our doom? Or...
Oh, that is a good one.
Because you have a lie detector brain,
Yep.
right?
You too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as for your purposes, as far as what has happened so far, it doesn't seem like anybody was outright lying to you. I think, let's see, what is being concealed here? I think so. You're a little familiar with the space, having been here before at this point. I think you notice one thing in the room that is different from last time, in that the sort of side room, office, study area that Periwinkle went into to speak with her mother last time you were here, where it seems like this place has very few doors. There are very few sort of things blocking your view. I think you notice pointedly this time that door is closed.
Does your mother ever close the door? Does she have sort of an open office policy?
I mean, usually it's open unless... I mean, there are sometimes private things people like to discuss, but usually it's open.
It's not open right now.
It's probably fine. Let's just go knock. She'd probably just shut it because it's cold or something.
Now, do you have this sort of relationship where you can knock and then go in and just you're announcing your presence, or do you have to wait to be summoned in?
I mean, I usually just go in, but...
Okay, good. Then it won't be so odd when you do that in a few moments.
Yeah, kicks up a little speed, heading towards the office.
Okay.
I wonder if I should just hold this question because that was pretty good. I don't know what else I would ask.
Gonna hang on to it?
Yeah, can I hang on to it?
Okay.
Might come up in a minute. We'll see.
Might you head over to the office door or the study door, sort of knock briefly. I think you hear a little bit of shuffling on the other side. Do you just open the door?
It's like gonna knock and then like wait to see if there's any like response and say like, "It's me, Periwinkle," and then it's gonna like go to. I'm assuming there's like handles. I'm gonna see if it's
Yeah.
like locked.
Okay. Yeah. So you hear a bit of shuffling on the other side, but no immediate response. You take the handle. It's not locked. And push the door open. And on the other side, you see Sable. Sort of standing over the desk, looking through a few things, and then on the sort of toward the side of the room, on like a sofa of sorts, you see sitting your mother. And Sable sort of turns and looks a little taken aback that you are there. And kind of looks to you and then looks to your mother and says, "Hello, Periwinkle."
Oh, you're here. It's so good to see you. The
You as well.
others up front did say that they saw you. So did you just like appear here after? Because we appeared back ages, but after that,
Oh, after
spooky tower.
the ordeal. Yes. I landed here.
Okay.
Is she lying?
This levels brain right now. Just everything's flashing red.
Code red.
Yeah. I think maybe
Code Red.
Lefla as let Periwinkle take the front, but maybe I'm trying to figure out a way to figure out vine placement that isn't just gonna be like on Perry's butt because of the height differences, but it's like where can
I mean, I'm still holding the
would you
vine.
still be holding the vine?
Probably.
Okay, so then I think there's just some squeezing of like
Squeeze.
yeah.
Is there something you needed, Periwinkle? Mother and I are discussing business.
Well, what kind of business? Maybe I can help.
Business between the two of us.
Oh. And kind of like looks at Lunestra. Is she like, what's she doing? How's she feeling? Looking, I mean.
She has not said anything. I think she looks very, I think like she always does, so calm and composed,
Mhm.
and things like that, but she is very quiet, I think, just sort of listening.
Okay.
This almost always goes terribly wrong, but as this is going on, can I empath mom?
Sure.
Oh, to Mom. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, still got a -1 on this.
Oh no, you can do it. I believe in you, Lefla.
Well, that's for once it's not a miss. I'm just trying to think if I want to take a luck point to get the best I can on this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use a luck point. So on a 10,
Goodness.
yeah, on a 10 plus, you gain a clear impression of their current emotional state and intentions. Take +1 forward when acting on this knowledge. I did not advance this move though, so I don't
Okay.
get that bonus. I also,
As-
when I use a luck point, you'll find something weird. Maybe even useful, but mostly just weird.
Find something weird. Don't just. So it says there. It specifically says their emotional state and their intentions.
Yes.
That's fascinating. Okay. Yeah, so I think Lefla, in this moment, you look over towards Lunestra and reach out and connect. And for, I think, the first time, your head does not feel like it's going to explode. You've done it.
You're in.
You connect with her, and I think she, being sort of the being that she is, realizes that you have made this connection. And I think very briefly she looks up, and her sort of large multifaceted eyes lock onto yours, and you get a couple of things. She is, I think, the sort of the first and the simplest emotion you get is fear, which is not great. But she is afraid. I think she is also, I think you can tell that her mind is, the gears are sort of turning very quickly as she is like trying to parse through what is happening with Sable. I think you get this feeling that she can tell that something is off, like something is not right here. And then as far as intentions go, there is this moment where she locks onto you, where you almost, it's almost like the your, I almost said your spidey sense, your like lie detector sense sort of goes off. It is almost like she is trying to warn you that something is coming and that you need to leave.
Do I get any
Oh, and you
sense
find
that?
something weird.
Yeah. Do I get any sense that that you should leave is at Lefla specifically, or at the both of us, and that we need to both get out of there?
I
Whether
think it
it's-
is at the both of you,
Okay.
for sure. And you find something weird, which is you see, I think, reflected in these large insectoid eyes, something on the desk next to Sable. Something that I think you did not expect to see here, but it looks very familiar to you. You can't see whose it is, but it is an ID card of someone who works at Aegis, and the formatting of it is almost identical to that of Smith.
Implying that they are in the unit.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what to do with this because I can't take the initiative on psychic contact, so I can't. I might just, well, you were doing something where you were talking with Sable, so I might sit on this for a second and
Okay.
see what comes.
Yeah. Because I think she said like they're having sort of a discussion between the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I just wanted to make sure things were okay because you seemed really kind of weird on the phone. You sure you're
Well-
feeling all right from coming back from wherever that was? I never actually figured out where it was now that I think about it.
Yeah, it was strange, but we persevere.
Okay. Don't we have a read a person move? Is that a thing?
I think we added that.
We
Yes.
did add that.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to try to read Sable.
Okay, yeah. Roll.
I'm
plus
not very sharp though, so yeah, that's a 5.
Okay.
On a miss, ask anyway, but be prepared for the worst.
Mm-hmm. What would you like to ask? You get one.
Well, what do I?
Also, how many luck points do you have? Still just in
Like all of
case.
them.
I do have a
basically.
lot. I don't know if I want to. Oh man, I have just a lot. Okay,
Just a lot.
just a lot. But I'm curious. I don't know if I. Be prepared for the worst. Oh boy. Okay, what? Okay. I think this will be interesting. What does your character wish I'd do?
You want to keep the failure?
Yeah, I want to keep the failure and ask that one question.
Okay.
What does Sable wish I'd do?
I think you sort of look at Sable, and I think you see sort of all of the history that you have together, but also like the strain that has always existed on your relationship because your siblings, your family, your friends, but also you both have this sort of weight hanging over you of this thing that you are supposed to do, this place that you are supposed to find. And I think you see this glint in Sable's eyes of almost like, I think you perceive it as a softening, almost as if Sable is acting as if she doesn't want you here, but is sort of lying on the surface, as in like she wants you to ask the right questions. She wants you to be interested in what she is doing and have it not always be such a competition between the two of you.
Okay. I can help.
How?
I don't know. Maybe you can tell me what's going on.
It's complicated and difficult.
I mean, I deal with difficult stuff every day. Just try me.
Okay. If you'll stay for a while. Like I said, it's complicated.
Kind of like still Efla. You okay if we stay for a minute?
Yes, I mean, I can stay and listen in. I can also excuse myself if this is family business, but I don't know, I may be able to offer an outsider's perspective, as it were.
Efla is really smart. They're really good with understanding people and stuff. I bet he'd be able to help.
You can stay. You did come for me in the creepy tower, so.
Yeah, that place was so creepy, huh?
Have a seat. We'll talk business.
Okay. And goes to sit down.
Okay. You sit.
What are the options to sit?
There's a couch where mom is sitting, and there's a couple of armchairs.
Hmm. Alex is debating the odds that the armchairs are trapped.
They're actually mimics.
The armchairs are right up next to the desk.
Yeah. That's how I'm
So,
picturing.
Yeah, Leffla is gonna go
Go sit there.
for the armchair that is closest to the Aegis ID badge and try and slide a hand it, maybe in a like, oh, this desk is just such a mess. Let me start tidying things up and
Try to
and
sneak it?
in a wave of vines, sneak it
Yeah.
in.
Okay.
Roll something.
Would
What
that
are the-
probably be act under pressure?
Yeah, that's
Roll for sneaky,
Probably.
sneak, peeky, peek.
the
Yeah.
closest. So roll plus cool.
That is a 9. Let me remember what happens on a mixed success. Okay.
A worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. Oh man, I keep painting myself into these corners of having to come up with things. Yeah, I think you can do it, but you are going to have to, I mean, you're going to have to wait for an opening. So I will say all the while your sort of danger sense is saying, based on everything Periwinkle's mom sort of communicated to you and everything that you think is going on with Sable right now, that you need to get out of this room. Sable is not going to look away from you much. So if you're going to sort of do this and stick this out and get this information, you're gonna have to stay for an unknown period of time. Sable's watching you
Yeah.
a lot.
Hmm. Yeah, I think. Well, actually, what am I trying to think? What? Well, would I be able to actually take that +1 forward from the empath and apply that to this roll? Or does that not quite count because it was from using my luck point that I learned about the...
What is the...
So since I used luck to get a 10 plus, I learned emotional state and impressions, I got a +1 forward when acting on this knowledge.
No, it's so when you use a luck point, it counts as a 10 plus, so you get whatever you would get as if you rolled a 10 plus.
Mhm. But does trying to swipe the ID badge count as acting on that knowledge? Because finding the ID badge came because of my mundane luck.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, so I think I'm going to use that to actually bump the act under pressure up to a 10, where I just
Okay.
set out to do what I set out to.
Yeah,
Sneak it.
then fuck it, you do it.
After I made you come up with the hard choice. Oops.
Well, it wasn't a very good hard choice, so this is probably better.
Yeah.
So you sit for a moment, and as in a moment where Sable looks away, I think you just very quickly kind of snake the badge off of the counter and put it in your pocket if you have those. So you take a look at it very briefly, and it is almost identical to the credentials that I think that Smith carries. I don't think you know this person that holds this badge. But you sort of tuck it away. But as this happens, you hear, I think all of you, another knock at the door. And Sable sort of turns around, looks at all of you, and her face lights up in a casual sort of smile. And she says, "Oh, someone else is going to be joining us." And she goes to the door, sort of cracks it open. You can hear a brief discussion, and then she
While
opens
Sable's
the door.
back is turned to us, if that's how the room is set up, I want to tap Perry on the shoulder and, like, with another vine, like, tap my head and, like, psychic chat.
Yeah.
Your mother thinks we need to get out of here. So things are about to go very wrong.
Oh no. Okay.
And I don't know if we have more time for that before Sable.
Not
comes
really.
back around.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanna see.
So you relay this to Periwinkle as Sable opens the door in front of you, and you see several figures in Aegis uniforms walk in holding guns and pointing them, Lefla and Periwinkle, at the two of you. You
no.
recognize to some degree the credentials that they wear hanging around their necks, again very similar to Agent Smith's, and one of them steps forward toward you, Periwinkle and Lefla, and says, "If you'll come with us."
You don't have to point those guns at us. We're from Aegis too.
We know.
Well, then you should know that we are coursers. Therefore, we have fairly high clearance. I know you have some shady, potentially black ops stuff going on, but we have reason to believe that this contact individual you have been working with has been compromised by an entity that is an enemy of Aegis. And so, rather than pointing your guns at us, you should be pointing them at her and help us take her in and figure out what is going on. I'm trying to use my trust me move. When you tell a normal person the truth in order to protect them from danger, roll plus charm.
Oh.
I don't know if they're able to, if this can work on
If
them.
they're normal
if they're
people.
too far gone.
I'm going to say these are not normal.
Yo, dog, I don't think this is gonna work.
Yeah.
These are not normal people.
Oh no.
Yeah.
These are super black ops.
I imagine mom's just sitting
Bull.
across the room face palming right now. Like,
Like so hard. I don't know.
But why didn't she just tell Periwinkle through the psychic communication the species does?
maybe it was being monitored.
You don't know.
We don't know, but now we have guns pointed at us. Cool.
So I
cool,
think
cool.
you sort of go through this, and this agent sort of takes a step forward and says, "Listen, this sucks for everyone involved. We can do this the easy way. We can do this the hard way. Lefla and Periwinkle, Lunestra, you are being taken into Aegis official custody as part of an investigation into a security breach. Are you coming with us?"
What's that, Smith? What?
You're not there.
And none of us have guns. Well, that's a lie. Lefla sometimes has a gun under their vines.
Lefla sometimes has a gun. She's very good.
Is the lie detector going off at all based on what this agent has said?
Nope.
Ooh.
I will kind of glance at Periwinkle and just be like, well, I guess for now we will go in, but I really do strongly recommend you bring in Sable over there as well, as I imagine they are involved in this leak too.
Well, we don't work based on recommendations.
But then how do you do anything if no one recommends anything to start with?
You're the suspect of a serious investigation. I suggest you just come with us.
And if you've done any of your basic background research, you know that sass is one of my coping mechanisms, so...
So two of them just grab you.
Okay, all right. Okay, we're coming. Kind of like looks one more time at Lunestra and at Sable. Sable just looked very chuffed right now.
Sable looks probably the chillest you've ever seen Sable look.
Okay.
She's looking right chuffed, mate.
In it,
In it.
governor.
Oh, cool. All right. I guess we're gonna. There's like a lot. Is there a lot of them?
There are several of them. Yes, so say 6 of them. It's a tiny office.
Okay.
Sable, you will just have
You're
to...
not there.
You will just have to share with us what you were going to say another time. Hopefully you do not act too rashly before getting an outsider's perspective.
Reeling in the vibes. As they go.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we follow that.
Okay, you go. They sort of lead you out and out of the cave and into an Aegis van. Periwinkle. God, I just tried to say about 4 words at once and none of them.
It's all
were anything.
good.
Periwinkle, you are put in handcuffs. Lefla, you are put in like, it's just like a big belt. I think you are sort of strapped, most of your vines sort of strapped down, and they load you into the back of an Aegis van, and you are taken back to somewhere.
Wait, did I accidentally put them on my personnel request? Is that what's happening right now?
Uh-oh.
Whoops.
But
Have I been captured by a monster? Monster.
I mean, I guess it depends on how you view your government.
Well,
Your
I guess
employer.
for the sake of the always the victim move, there's part where if another hunter protects you, they mark experience. Whenever a monster captures you, you mark experience.
Oh yeah, you can have that, sure.
Have some experience.
I did capture you.
Yeah.
You can have that XP.
Yeah.
Yeah, so after a short car ride, you are taken out into a side entrance of a building.
Is it a
Through some
shorter ride than it would have taken to get to Aegis?
No, it's about the same.
Okay.
And you are taken down and locked in a cell.
Okay. Did they take stuff from us? Do we have it?
Seems reasonable. Would have tried. I think you probably
curious.
don't have your big spear. Lefla, they probably found your gun.
Yeah, I'm fine with them taking the hunting rifle. But...
Put
Yeah,
Lefla through a metal detector.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Just
say
keep shaking them.
the rifle is gone. Probably the multi-tool is safe, tucked in there somewhere for sure. And Smith, I think you, as you're sort of helping to set everything up, get this great notification on your unit phone, or however it is that you folk,
A communicator?
communicate. Yeah, your special unit communicator. That 2 potential threats have been brought in unit custody.
Is this like a general like unit chat like room or something that this, or is this like specific to me?
No, it's
Is this like an inter-office email that was sent out to
Yeah.
all agents that's like, hey,
yeah, like an update.
congratulations, we took... Okay, so it's not like
Yeah.
something that
you
would...
got an achievement.
It's not something that's like immediately something that would like interest me because
I don't think so unless you sort of open the message and then look at the details of who they got.
how bored am I right now?
Extremely.
Then I would open it.
Okay, you see a couple of images attached. They're two very familiar faces. Probably locked in a black site right now.
What the? I look over to A and K, and I'll be right back. Do you have everything you need?
I don't think they even are acknowledging you at this point.
I'll take
I don't
that
know
as
how
a
much
yes.
you've been helping.
As soon as I just want to make sure you got the personnel that they are moving along, so we can.
They're
this-
moving along quite
get
well.
this
You've
file
got
closed.
everything that you needed to put in place.
All right, then yeah, I just go storming down the hallway. And I think I probably stop by Parker's office.
Okay.
Just knock to see if she's in.
Yeah, you knock on the door briefly and you hear Parker's voice on the other side say, "Come in."
I enter. Hey,
Hey.
did you get that email just now?
Yeah. What about it?
Lefla and Periwinkle. Why?
Oh boy.
Was there an Why am I being kept in the dark and my own team being investigated?
I'm not supposed to say.
Am I being investigated?
I mean, aren't we all sort of always being investigated?
No, I mean, like, is internal looking into me specifically? I understand how the politics of this job works. I get it.
After the reports that your team has been sending in over the past couple of months, yeah, Smith, you're being investigated.
Why?
Because some of it is insane.
Everything we do here is insane.
I'm not the one investigating you.
Who's heading the investigation?
Who do you think? Your superior.
Fuck. Just slam the door and I'd leave. I'm heading to... Did we give them a name previously?
No, I don't think you know.
I don't
It's
even know their
secret.
name. Yeah, I just go to their office. I know we've had a scene at their office before where they chewed me out. But yeah. I think. Was that who I talked to that first time?
It's been so long.
It's been
I
a
don't
while.
think you got
Probably.
chewed out by them in person. I think there was some point where you went and actually requested stuff from them, and it seemed to go okay
That's right.
at the time.
That's right. Yeah. But yeah, I'm going there immediately, like thunder and fury, just storming down the
Okay.
hallway.
You barge your way into your superior's office. They are sort of sitting where you can usually find them, behind their desk, and they sort of look up at you. Smith, I didn't realize we had an appointment.
No, I thought it was urgent. May I come in?
You may. What?
What's going on? Why are my team members being detained? Why am I being investigated?
Have you read your own reports?
Yeah, I wrote them.
All I can say to you right now is that based on your behavior, you're lucky you're not in the cell with them.
We're just doing the job. We've gone where you've pointed, we've killed who you've pointed at, we've taken in the people that you've asked, we've done everything we were supposed to.
Are you wearing your sunglasses right now?
Yeah, I've been wearing them indoors constantly.
Take the glasses off.
Why?
Because I said so.
Fine. And I take them off.
And you want to know why you're being investigated?
Hazards of doing the job. It's not the worst that's happened to someone.
You lied in your reports. You're hiding information from us.
I don't think I've left out any pertinent information. I've reported what needed to be reported. I'm more thorough than most.
What needs to be reported is not up for you to decide.
So what? Let Periwinkle rot in a cell until somebody can come in and ask them to fill in the gaps. Meanwhile, all the insane shit that's been happening over the past few months continues to happen. And while we finally have a way to do something about it, you're just gonna what? Make us sit here on our asses until Internal can cross their T's and dot their I's?
Oh, they won't rot. We'll get what we need to from them. And we'll let them out.
How long?
I'm not at liberty to say, but you'll find out because you're about to be in a cell with them. And I think she sort of presses a button on her desk and signals somebody who is outside. Can you?
If I see them going for the button, can I do something?
Yeah, I guess.
I draw my gun.
Okay.
I don't know who is in on this now. All I know is this is going way beyond what I signed up for.
Smith, you gave up your family for this job. You gonna give up your life too?
If that's what I need to do. I walk towards the desk.
I'm going to have you roll some dice. 2, I do want to say manipulate someone.
I can almost guarantee I'm going to be using a luck point on this, but yeah.
You've got... Well, I was going to say something other than charm because gun.
Okay, that would be good. Maybe tough?
Tough?
This is a very tough manipulate.
Yeah, it's super tough.
Okay. Ah, fuck. Another 9. Killing these mixed sexes.
Do it, but only if you do something for them right now to show them that you mean it.
I do have my gun drawn.
This is also, I mean, think about who you're dealing with.
Okay.
They're not super afraid of you.
Yeah. I don't just want to fire a shot unless I need to, because that'll be very loud. Are they making a move? Are they heading toward, going to hit the button?
They, I think, have stopped in this moment and are sort of looking at you saying, is this really how you want it to end?
I just know what needs to be done. People are in danger. This city, this world is in danger. And you making the choice you're about to make is going to kill a lot of people.
You really believe that, don't you?
I don't have the luxury not to.
can give you 5 minutes with your team. If you put the gun away, what you do with them is up to you.
Five minutes alone. If this goes south, you can have my gun, my badge, my job. You can throw me in prison. I don't care.
If this goes south, we're gonna have your life.
Fine. I holster the gun.
She sort of moves to press the button on the phone and calls in an escort for you to take you down to where your team is being held. Looks at you and says, 5 minutes. After that, we're done.
I just nod and I head towards the cell.
I think as you sort of leave, she says, I hope you know what you're doing. And they escort you down to the site where your team is being held. And that's where we're going to take a very quick break. Because I'm stressed about this.
I was about to shoot my boss. I'm the one that's
You
stressed.
did almost shoot your boss.
Oh man.
So yeah, we will take a quick break and be back in just a couple of minutes to see where this ends up. Thank you for watching, everybody out there. We'll be back. And welcome back, Internet, in what I think is our shortest break ever here at GGK. We are going to pick up right where we left off. Smith, you are escorted down into some terrifying, dark underground bunker in which your teammates are locked up in a cell. And you are left alone for 5 minutes, starting now.
Can I open the door? Did they give me the means to open it?
Yes, the cell was unlocked for you.
Okay. I enter. Are we doing this like a tight, 5-minute real time? Do I need to look at my clock right now and keep up?
I'm gonna keep track. I'm not gonna be a jerk about it though.
Okay. Funny running into you here.
Yeah, so we went back to my place and
Yeah.
Sable was there.
Yeah.
And my mom, and we were talking, and everything seemed fine. And then a bunch of agents walked through the door and said we were under arrest.
Okay. We gotta go. Now. You're
Okay.
not going to get an opportunity. You're not going to get another opportunity to leave here, which is not going to involve, which does not involve a lot of questions and uncomfortable conversations. So I've got 5 minutes. I'm going to get you out, and we're going to go.
Do you know why we're in here?
Yeah. Apparently, what we've been coming back and reporting, has not appealed to everyone at the top. So, they don't like what we're doing. They don't believe what we're doing. So, I don't know. I don't understand it. I just drew a gun on my boss to get these 5 minutes to speak with you. So, like I said, we should probably get moving.
Yeah, it's only 5 minutes. Okay. Well, I was trying to think of a way that maybe I could try to do some magic to get us out of here.
Okay.
Though they took my stuff, so it might be a little harder, but...
Yeah. I peer back out down the hallway. Is anyone watching from down the hall?
Nope.
Okay. Do I know where their stuff would be held, or is it like in a room, like a storage room, like a lost and found?
Lost and found. Yeah, I think toward the entrance to this facility, there is probably a some sort of reception is not the right word, but some sort of area where I think everything is sort of checked in and out. Any kind of items are bagged and stored. So yeah,
Do I
towards where you
know?
came in.
Do I know if there's only one way to get back out?
As far as you know.
Okay. All right. I can get your stuff.
Okay.
Just hold tight. I'll be right back with it, and start getting whatever you need ready to get out of here, because I really don't like the idea of having to fight our way out, which is pretty much the only other option that I think we're gonna get. Because I didn't get the impression that they're gonna like everyone's turning a blind eye and I can just walk out with Lefla and Periwinkle.
No.
Okay. All right. Didn't know how deep this 5 minutes was gonna go. If everybody's just like closing their eyes and counting.
Nobody
No
looked.
no one is listening
Okay.
right now.
I'm gonna get your things. If you've got a way to get yourselves out of here, we need to get up to
Okay.
A&K's lab, and we need to do this now.
You're right. Okay.
Okay. Be right back. And I don't walk back out the door. I walk through the wall. And I'm gonna walk through one cell after another and try to take the most direct route I can to the room where they're keeping all of where they would be keeping Lefla and Periwinkle's stuff.
Okay. So you turn incorporeal. You sort of start phasing through the walls. You are.
And the entire way I'm going, this is so weird.
It's a little uncomfortable, I think.
Heebie-jeebies.
As you're sort of moving through the walls, and you make it back out to the entrance and to the agent who is sort of in charge of inventorying confiscated items.
Is there a way that I can just grab it without them seeing me? Like, if it's in a locker along the wall?
I'm going to say,
okay.
if you are incorporeal,
Mhm.
you pass through things, you pass through all things. So you can't, like, be incorporeal, but also pick things.
Could I enter the room, grab something? Can I turn incorporeal? I can't say this word. Can I get all ghosty holding
Can you
something?
Go ghost.
And like, because the things I carry and wear are coming with me, right?
Yes.
If I like,
Actually, you've just been naked every time you
yeah.
Yeah.
All of your
You
clothing is
just-
left behind.
You all just see Smith phase out of his clothes.
So if I turn solid again, take their stuff, and then ghostify, can I?
It will. Yeah, it'll come with you.
Okay.
That seems fair.
Because that was my plan. I wouldn't have done this if I felt like I couldn't do that. Otherwise,
Sure.
I just turn back around and go, oh, I can't do the thing that I was going to do.
Just kidding.
Well, yeah. No, this is good. I am going to have you roll to act under pressure.
Yeah, if I could just like wait till they're like, just peek a little eye out into the room and wait till they're turning the other way and try to enter, grab the things, and then
leave. Yep,
wraith
absolutely.
shift back out of the room.
Yeah. Roll
Phase?
act pressure plus
I'll go with phase. Okay, cool. Should be good at this. Yeah, that's an 11.
Okay. Yeah. So you do what you set out to do. So you wait for an opening. You sort of phase in through to the lockup sort of area where everything is kept. It's pretty easy to find familiar looking things because you can just like stick your face through all of the little doors, and you find the things that you were looking for. You very quickly turn solid again, pop one of the lockers open, scoop up your friend's things, which is mostly some crystals and a spear and a big rifle, and then turn incorporeal again and sort of phase out.
Okay.
As
Well,
Smith- yeah, go ahead.
okay. I was gonna say while Smith is gone, I'm taking trying to maybe scratch on the ground, and taking what we've learned about portals and trying to put it to use.
Yeah.
Gonna try to do
Okay.
some portal magic.
Sure.
Now you're playing with portals.
Yes.
As she is doing that, Lefla is gonna, just in case we decide not to RP this whole thing, but it's basically been trying to be like, Smith's going to go get your crystals. Even if something goes wrong and he doesn't have them, you're still one of the most capable casters I've worked with. You can do this even without your implements. I believe in you,
Oh.
but also please don't get it wrong, or we'll probably portal phase shift horribly. But I believe in you. You can do it.
Okay.
And I'm trying to help out
Okay.
with moral support.
Thanks.
That's very good, and I love it.
You got this.
Okay.
Don't kill us, please.
Yeah, help out is. Oh yes,
It is cool. Do you want to go ahead and roll it?
yes.
Okay.
Well, that's a 13, and since I
Yeah.
advanced this
I'm
move, you
so
just get a 12
inspired.
on your move.
Yep.
Oh.
So
What?
that's very good. So hang on to that, and we'll address it in a second when Smith brings your stuff back. Heck yeah.
Just pass it. Okay, I got the crystals, which I know you're definitely going to need for this ritual, so here you go.
She does need them. So yeah, you with Lefla's moral support, sort of while Smith is gone, kind of scratching markings and runes kind of into the floor. Smith, and you come back and you see Lefla sort of hanging back and just kind of talking to Periwinkle in this very chill voice, you're doing amazing.
Yeah.
And Periwinkle just furiously scratching at the floor of the cell. You see this scene happening, and hand over their things. Everybody's got their stuff. It's great. Periwinkle, you are given back your crystals to sort of finalize the
Yes.
ritual that you're doing. I was gonna have you roll to use magic, but you roll a 12. Thanks
Heck
to Lefla.
yes.
That's
Thank you.
awesome.
What a great move to have advanced.
Yep.
So heck yeah. So you roll, or you act as if you have rolled a
12.
10 plus, unless you have advanced to use magic.
I do not.
Okay. So the magic works.
Assuming this
without
is
issue.
somewhere between use magic and big magic, because there's not specifically portals is not on here, but we've dealt with a lot of portals.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you've dealt with them enough at this point, especially with that help roll. You I think can do what you set out to do. What would you like to do? Where are you going?
I guess Smith said we should go to our dwarf friends.
Okay.
I
They'll
assume
never
you can't just...
expect us to teleport within the building still.
Yeah, because I'm assuming that Periwinkle can't just take us straight there.
Straight to the baddie?
Yeah.
No.
Promise
He
not.
can go where he needs to go. To the most magical dwarves on Earth.
Yes.
So yeah, Smith, you hand over everyone's things, and you all, I don't know, clasp arms or something, probably.
Yeah.
So you all go to the same place, and Periwinkle, you finish this spell, sort of a confidence, I think, that you don't always have, sort of swelling up within you, and you can do this. You know where you're going. And you finish the incantation, and there is this slight sort of popping sound and this rush of light and wind as your various hair between three of you, or vines, is all kind of tousled, and you close your eyes briefly, and the three of you open your eyes, and you are standing in the sort of off to the side in the office that you left just earlier today, with the two dwarves, Eamon and Kaelin, sort of working on something, and they look up at you. Not, I think Gemma probably is also there, a little bit startled. The two dwarves, though, just sort of as if this is their everyday, kind of look up and go, "Oh, good, you're back." But as this happens, as your feet sort of touch solid ground again, Smith, you feel a sort of warmth on your arm, where you have these other three sigils.
I'll look at it as I am pushing things in front of the doors that lead into this room.
Okay, you are sort of pushing
Barricading.
as you flex. You feel this sort of warmth pass across your forearm as a few more lines appear, sort of filling out the rest of the sigils. I'm trying to make it so you can look at it. There we go.
Smith Brand 4.
Boop.
Yes, all is made clear to me now.
And some more sort of lines fill in as the brand on your arm takes on an even more complex shape. But as you do this, as the teleportation is sort of finished, you hear very briefly as this is happening a familiar voice, just sort of like from far away, kind of in the back of your head, saying, "You're going to be all right."
Okay. Thanks. Are you an arbiter? Or, no, that's not the word. Architect. We're having
Halo
two.
had both, so it's understandable.
Yep. Are you an
Man.
architect?
You ask many questions, Jethro.
Yep. And you still don't answer any.
Of sorts. Are you prepared to kill this thing?
Oh, yeah.
You must do it. Swiftly.
Is there anything we need to know? Things that might help? I've got grenades. Will grenades work?
Possibly.
Good to know.
When the time is right, call on me.
I'm going to ask a question I'm sure you're not going to answer. How will I know when the time is right? You'll know. I'll know.
If the thing is in front of you and you're prepared to throw a grenade, I will help you once.
Okay.
I have little power left to give, but it's yours if you will kill this monster.
I will. After this is done, is all this going away? The stuff on my arm, the powers?
Do you want it to?
Yes. I just want to go back to normal.
Though I'm loath to say your life has ever been normal. Kill the bitch, and I'll leave you.
Okay. Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Gwen.
You're welcome.
I just turn around from the door. So we doing this or what?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're figuring it out. Kind of like looks to our dwarf friends. What can I do to help?
I
I can
think
also help out. I'm very good at helping out.
You are very good. You, huh?
that seems to be the case. We are almost set up. We've sort of double-checked everything. I can't say I know where this is going to send you.
That's. I feel like not too much of a problem. I mean, this was the first time I did that portal thing, and we made it here. So maybe I could do something like that to get us back wherever we end up. Maybe. Yeah.
I'm sure you can.
Is the lie detector going off?
Yep. It's just wah, wah, wah.
I love
She's
it.
trying her best.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll figure something out.
I'm
Do
told
we-
you always do.
I guess we need to be ready to go in. Guns blazing,
Yeah.
as you would say.
Rifle out, cocks it, stows it back away.
Cox spear.
Just, you two just stand behind me the best you can. Sound good?
Are you gonna bring that grenade launcher?
Oh, yeah.
Which I guess you've just been running around with this whole
You
time.
Yeah, you just have. That's
You should
fine.
have used
imagine-
that to threaten your boss.
Probably wouldn't have had to roll.
Yeah. To be fair, I guess I was threatening her with a shotgun because I don't have a pistol anymore. So,
Ooh, that's intense.
yeah. Yeah, I'm ready. Are you both ready?
Yeah.
Maybe not done like the present.
We got this. What could be worse than werewolves, right?
Doppelganger werewolf elemental witches on puppet strings.
Hmm. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Probably gonna
All of them at
retire after
once.
this one.
I mean,
I don't think I'll have a choice.
go out with the bank.
But yeah. Yeah, let's go.
You're
Oh,
muted. Oh, there you are.
No,
You're good.
don't do that.
think
I
you were
said
just
something very
quiet.
dramatic and important.
Oh, you will never know.
Yeah, so you prepare to go. This is gonna take, let me see, a use magic roll
Okay.
on the part of someone here.
Definitely Lefla.
I can't even use magic anymore.
What?
Empath replaces use magic.
Oh.
I think you're the only one that has use magic.
Yeah, you
Yep.
are the only one.
Yeah.
But I can roll to help out.
Yeah. No, I got this. My magic's pretty good, and I could always use a luck point.
You
I
got
have
them
those.
in spades.
Spend them if you got
You've
them.
used like literally one, I think.
Yeah. I just love hecking up, guys. All right, but this is not the time to heck up. But let's see how I roll. Let's see. Yeah, I'm using a luck point. I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's good.
no.
Use luck on.
I mean, that's still bringing it to a 6, but that was just, yeah, that's not enough. So,
Okay.
I'm gonna use luck point on this.
Okay. And when you use the luck,
So
something from your
bad.
fate comes up in play.
It do.
Yep, that tracks. So yeah, Periwinkle, you focus on the ritual that you are doing, sort of holding on to the other two of your teammates, and you all feel a familiar rushing sound as in the background. I think just as you leave, you hear Kaylin and Eamon both saying good luck, and there is a popping sound and a rush of sort of color and light as you very briefly travel somewhere else. And almost immediately after you land,
Spooky music.
that'll work. And three of you, as your feet hit the ground, you feel kind of hard stone underneath you, and you find yourselves, Smith and Periwinkle, in a familiar landscape of sort of black stone underneath you, night sky above. It is very similar to when you went looking for Lefla and found a creepy tower. It's weird and spooky. Lefla, I think you're probably seeing this for the first time, but you all sort of land and there is just nothing around you. Sort of this black stone underneath you, black sky above, a sort of very faint kind of glow of a moon washing down over you, but around you it's just quiet.
Well, this seems like the same places where the tower was, but I don't see it.
Yeah. Let's just get out.
Calling out to little sister, maybe?
I was gonna say get out and start yelling. It sounds.
All right. Oh wait.
Or just start blasting the music in the van.
Hold up keys to beep beep for the van.
Yeah, actually,
Periwinkle. Yeah, Periwinkle, you hold up the keys, and I think you couldn't see it because I think it's probably painted black on the outside. That's how it was in my vision. I don't know. It's your van. What color is it?
I think we said at one point that it's black-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just sort of off in the distance, there's just a brief flash of light, and you hear a beep beep.
Hey, the van!
I guess that's how we're getting home.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's just start yelling.
All right. Hey, little sister!
Come out to play!
I'm gonna have.
Cliff, that's really creepy when you say that.
That means it'll draw her out sooner.
I think I was just gonna
Like
say I think
attracts
she'll like
like.
it. Say Pat?
I'm gonna have somebody roll to manipulate.
Ooh, I'm good at that.
Who do?
You do.
Who do it? Who yells the loudest?
Yeah, I think Lefla's had the most dealing with little sister actually, and so
That's
Yeah.
definitely true.
that is a 10.
Hey.
I'm trying to think
Okay.
if I want to use luck to get this to 12 plus though.
Oh, you have something for that.
Yeah, it's a whole lot. I mean, on a 12 plus, you absolutely convince them they do what you want right now. But it also has extra stuff if I can I can maybe turn them into a minion, but I don't think that's gonna work.
On the final boss?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you
So,
could certainly try.
so yeah. By standard on for a normal person on 10 plus, it'll do it for the reason you gave them. If you ask too much, I'll tell you the minimum it would take for them to do it. Does not normally work on monsters, but tries to, that's up to your discretion.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm just gonna take the 10.
The 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so they'll do it for the reason you gave them. What do you say? Is what I want to know.
Little sister, we are back. We would like to play. We did not get to finish last time. And I know you hate to leave your games unfinished. She acts like a child. We must treat with her like a very powerful, creepy child.
Got it. Okay.
She's also a very big fan of games and toys.
Oh yeah, she did say something about games.
I think I'm convinced. Yeah, so I think in the sort of in the darkness, Lefla, you call out to little sister, and she goes for it. There is this moment, I think, of silence as Lefla's voice kind of rings out, saying, "Come out to play." And the echo just sort of hits across the stone. There's a moment of silence, and then you all hear, kind of in the back of your minds, a familiar voice. You came back. I didn't think you would. You left me so suddenly. What do you want to play, Lefla?
What games would you like to play? I think we were at a little bit of an impasse last time, but I think now we are potentially able to discuss and play together more. But I do think this would be best to do in person, face to face. I mean, yes, long distance gaming is lots of fun, but you just can't beat the charm of in-person gaming.
I did always like you. I want to show you something first.
And in front of all of you, there is this brief flash of light, and you see what is essentially a tableau before you. There are 3 figures, 2 of them sort of kneeling next to each other, and then one kind of familiar, very puppet-like figure standing behind them. And after a moment, there is this flash of light, almost as if you are like seeing like footlights, like on from a stage show in a theater, that light up the 2 kneeling figures, and some of you recognize them. One of them is Sable, just sort of kneeling there looking up at all of you. And the other one, Smith, you recognize, is Margaret.
Fuck.
And they don't look particularly distressed in this moment, but they are just sort of kneeling there. And you hear a voice from this figure behind them saying,
Okay, let's play a game. We'll start with a simple one this time. You can pick one of them to go home with you.
What happens to the other one?
They don't go home.
What if we don't play?
Then no one goes home.
I'm just thinking to myself, and hopefully trying to contact Gwyneth, and thinking, looking at the puppet figure. Is that them? Is that actually them?
Can you roll plus weird for me?
Ooh.
Okay. $11.
Yup, that's very good. Yeah, you think to yourself, and you hear a Gwyneth's voice sort of come to you, saying, "I can't imagine it's someone else."
How close are they standing to Margaret and Sable?
Very close. I think they are sort of right behind them, almost like the puppet master of the show. But I'll say in your head, I think you hear Gwyneth saying, "I'll remind you this creature deals in lies and illusions, so be careful, but vigilant."
I'm going to turn my back. I'm going to step forward. I'm going to turn my back to the puppet master, and look at Periwinkle and Lefla and say, I don't feel like making this choice or playing this game.
Okay. Maybe we try suggesting a different game?
I think we're done with games right now.
Is this image in front of us? The way you described it, in my mind, it's just like an image, like a magical screen has appeared. But is it? Do we get the sense it's more of a portal? Like, is there depth to it that we could, like, we're actually seeing? Like, there is.
Like, can we tell if they're
does it
actually
seem
there?
like it's a portal, or does it seem more like it's just a screen that's projected?
Yeah, for your purposes, if you wanted to sort of approach them and interact with them, you could.
Okay. I'm on the same page. I think I know ways that we can, get closer, get them without arousing too much suspicion.
All right,
Okay.
take your shot.
Well, little sister, I do have to wonder a bit, because we saw Sable back with us not so long ago, and yet you seem to have Sable here, and now you've brought Margaret to play. If it's also the same to you, since this is such a wonderful game, I'd like to make sure everyone involved is, having a good time, is who they say they are, just making sure we are all playing the same game and having the most fun we can.
What is it you want, Lefla?
I just want to know, well, as I said, I think playing the game face to face is much better. And right now, indicating that we're out in the rocky terrain, they're in there, this still feels like we're just, talking through a screen, and it lacks that je ne sais quoi, that certain charm.
Immersion.
Yes, that is a very good word for it.
I get it. Okay. I can make it better.
And you hear almost what is like a snapping sound, and directly in front of you, probably 10 feet away, you see these three figures appear, looking, for your purposes, very real.
You can talk to them if you like.
I'll turn to look back at Smith mostly and just be like, "Bleh. I've done what I can."
I just look at Margaret and say, Em, is that you?
Yeah.
Where are the kids?
With their aunt.
Are you okay?
No.
Gonna get you out if you're alright. I don't even know if this is gonna work, but I just need you to answer a question for me. Where did we meet?
What's the right answer?
I think the right answer is... I don't think we ever talked about what Margaret does for a living. I think she is a... I don't want to go with this. I don't want to go too much of like a trope.
I mean, they're a thing for a reason.
Yeah. I know. I think that she is a no, I think she's a police officer. And I think they met. There was a function, like a cross training function, between Aegis and some like local law enforcement, and I think they were doing some like CQC training, and they were like paired together for it. This is back when they were like really young, and Smith was just out of training, and she just like kicked his ass. Because Smith was like, I'm gonna go like easy, because like I'm assuming a police officer, like local law enforcement, doesn't really know how to fight. We're gonna like teach them how to, and just like got just like
And she
destroyed.
just beat your ass.
Yeah.
Yes, I love it.
Okay. So like you asked this question, and I think she looks at you and like cocks this like little smirk across her face, and she says, "I kicked your ass at training."
Right. And that was a lie. No, I'm just kidding.
Bamboozled.
Yeah. Just says, like I said, we're gonna get you out of here. I just looked to Lefla, just because Lefla's got a plan or something right now, so I'm just gonna go along with that. That doesn't involve playing this shitty game. But Smith has his hand reaching towards his gun.
Sable, are you... What happened after we last saw you?
Much.
Care to elaborate, or...
If you're expecting me to apologize, it's not gonna happen.
No, not necessarily, but you heard the rules of the game, and I think it's pretty clear that most of us in the group would be more inclined to lean towards, Smith's ex-wife, so I want something from you. Just see what you are saying, your take on things. And I think as Lefla's been saying, this thing, kind of interviewing them has been getting closer, getting up to them at least under the pretense of, checking them, making sure they're not harmed,
Uh-huh.
but is, hopefully within melee striking distance of little sister if need be. But I assume if I go up and touch them, I don't phase through them. They seem to be there.
Nope, they're there.
You can be angry with me all you want. I have never done anything that I didn't think was for the best for my family. Periwinkle understands.
And I think Sable sort of locks eyes with you, Periwinkle, and says,
Uh-huh.
We are finding a home. I did what I thought I had to do. And so did you. But when we walk out of here, we will have somewhere to go. Somewhere that's ours.
But at what cost?
A human.
and I think she sort of just looks over at Margaret.
We can do it together. It doesn't have to be a competition. We can go home. We can be who we're supposed to be.
Sable, I don't think that's who we're supposed to be.
It's your choice.
What if... Kind of like looks at... Looks at everybody. What if I take Margaret's place? Little sister didn't say it had specifically had to be just between these two.
So what, you're just gonna stay here? Give in to this terrorist?
I just want to make sure everybody can go home.
I don't even know why we're listening to this right now. Why are we playing this game?
Tick tock, tick tock.
Jethro, I think is the reason we are playing this. And then I go and I stab little sister with, I have this Athame dagger, that's
Okay.
one harm hand gold.
You do. Please roll to kick some ass.
Waiting for Lefla to do something.
Yeah.
Stab!
But I say this as I'm like writing. Oh, that is about as bad as I can roll.
Got any luck left?
Oh, no!
Yeah, so that is Snake Eyes, but I think I'm gonna use some luck.
Okay.
I still have 3 left, but I have used more than half my luck now.
Okay.
I assume, did we heal between our murder crawl through the murder dungeon? The last
Yeah, I mean, that seems fair.
Yeah, I thought...
I don't remember. I have
I
one
remember
harm,
us
and I don't
doing some
know.
first aid on people.
Yeah. I still have.
Aid happened, yeah.
Okay.
So we spent some time at Aegis. Just curious.
Spend a luck.
Yeah, so with the luck, I find something weird, maybe useful, but mostly just weird. But let's see. I am going to choose the extra effect of I think I'm gonna give the advantage to another hunter, so someone gets +1 forward.
Okay. So one of you has +1 forward. We'll hang on to that. But for the moment, Leffler, you sort of lunge forward with the Athema and try to drive it into where you see the form of Little Sister. And you connect with something. You, I think, drive forward very quickly and drive this dagger into the sort of solid, this middle body of, and I think you hear this like cracking sound of like wood breaking almost. And as you do this, you are very close up, sort of on this puppet face in front of you, and I think it sort of cracks into this this creepy smile, where like it's almost like Nutcracker mouth sort of opens as it talks, but it doesn't open and close with the words that it's saying. It just kind of like falls open and says, "So that's how we're going to play."
You should know from last time I like playing rough.
I hope you have fun.
And there is this sort of blast of light out from where Leffla and the puppet are, and I'm gonna do some more exciting music probably.
I was going to say, if there's some immediate danger, I was going to try to throw myself between Margaret and whatever is happening.
So there is some immediate danger as Leffla sort of drives this knife into the puppet creature. There is this big blast of energy out from it, and I think you all can sort of feel it coming as it hits you, and sort of throws you all back from where you are, kind of tumbling across the ground. But Smith, you seeing this coming, throw yourself in front of or over Margaret. You can roll to protect someone.
Yes.
Also, while he's rolling, would you say that I have charged into immediate danger without hedging my bets?
I mean, I would absolutely say so.
So I have 2 hold for my what could go wrong move.
What
Sure.
could go wrong? Shoot.
I rolled a 7. FYI.
Okay, so you suffer the harm they were gonna get.
Some or all of the harm that they were going to get. Yes.
You suffer the harm they were gonna get.
Okay. Just, it's
yeah,
as
so there-
some as possible.
Somewhere so there's a big blast of energy sort of coming at you. Smith, you sort of throw yourself over Margaret. Leffla, you're just right in the middle of it.
Oh, no.
Periwinkle, is there? You have a second to react.
I wonder if there's anything, if I could like maybe do some sort of like protective kind of magic on Leffla, since he's like right there.
On Leffla?
Yeah,
Okay.
like kind of,
Yeah.
I don't know, to try to dampen whatever is happening. Because
yeah,
I have
I'll
like
say-
inflict harm and I can also heal. So I'm wondering if I could prevent harm.
I mean, that tracks.
Essentially.
For me. Yeah, I would say so. That's probably gonna be protect someone.
Okay, yeah.
So that's plus tough.
Okay.
And you get experience for protecting me.
Oh, I protect a little bit. Not very much. That's a 5. Shoot, I'm not very tough.
You end up making things worse.
Cool.
is the answer
Aw.
to that.
Worse for me or
so-
worse for Lefla? I feel really bad if it's for Lefla.
No, I'm gonna say worse for you.
Okay.
Because
I'm alright with
Lefla's
that.
already sort of in the center of it. So this like blast of energy comes out from the puppet stab. Everybody is going to take.
Uh-huh.
Everybody is going to take 2 harm. Level's going to take 2 harm. This is all ignore armor. Smith and Periwinkle, you're going to take 3.
Oof.
Okay. I'm gonna spend a luck point to avoid the harm
Okay.
because that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. So, yeah, Smith, you sort of hunker down sort of over Margaret. And I think there is this moment where you hear sort of the echoing of Gwyneth's voice in your head saying, "You're going to be okay." And just very briefly, there is this like burst of energy from you that sort of counteracts whatever was coming towards you, and this sort of sinister blast sort of flows over both of you, not touching you.
Okay.
But some of you are hurting. So yeah, as this happens, there's this voice, I think, in the back of all of your heads going,
Now that's not very nice.
Yeah, well, making us choose between 2 people is not nice either.
You said you wanted to play a game, but I guess we'll play on your terms.
Is Lefla still stabbing the thing, or is it gone?
so in this moment,
The puppet thing.
Lefla, you have sort of lashed out and stabbed this creature in front of you. And I think you felt it impact and sort of heard the initial like cry out of like, "Ugh, that hurts." But in this moment, there is a sort of swirling of like dark energy. And after this voice sort of leaves you, there is nothing standing in front of you.
Where to go?
I don't know, but let's start heading towards the van.
Okay, but we can't leave without taking care of it. Not this time. This
I
ends
don't
now.
think she's going to just let us leave, so... But let's try and get there. There's still some gear, maybe some protection.
Yeah. How does Sable look? Did Sable get wrecked by that too?
Sable looks okay. I think she was a little kind of like shaken, but right now I think you can see her kind of like picking herself up off of the
Okay. Go help
off the
her out.
ground.
Come on, let's get you somewhere safe.
I think you look at Sable in this moment, and you sort of pick her up off the ground, and there, very briefly as she looks at you, is this strange kind of sheen over her eyes, and she says, "I'm not leaving."
I am going to try to banish whatever is inside of her.
Okay.
I'm gonna use some magic.
Yeah, do it. Roll to use magic.
Is Margaret acting normal?
As far as you can tell.
Oh man, that's real good. That's a 12.
Okay. Yeah, the magic works. So I'm gonna say, banish a spirit or curse from a person, place, or object it inhabits. So, yeah, Periwinkle. I think you sort of grab onto Sable, and this like pulse of energy,
Yeah.
sort of comes out from you, and it's like, not today. And I think you feel it impact with something that is then like forced out of Sable, and there is this moment where her eyes go clear, and she looks at you just sort of confused, like she does not know sort of what is going on around her, and she just looks up at you and says, Baraminkle?
Oh, good. Oh, come here. Get behind me. And then is gonna like pull out her spear and is like trying to look to see where the heck this creepy doll thing is. If
Okay.
it's showing back up. I was like, I got you, friend.
What are the others of you doing?
I'm just helping Margaret to the van.
Okay. We're going towards the van.
Heading that way, but Lefla has pulled out the rifle now and is, also eyes on a swivel.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I think as this is happening and you're running, I think sort of on the outskirts of your vision, kind of in this dark area, you all hear this sort of like howling sound as something starts rushing toward you. Probably once they get very close to you, kind of a familiar sight of long snouts and gnashing teeth. But
Okay.
few sort of wolf-like beings kind of charging towards you, trying to just grab onto, bite onto sort of anything that is near them.
Once they get within range, I think it's grenade launcher o'clock.
Feels like grenade launcher o'clock.
Let me see.
I would like to shoot them with my grenade launcher.
Yeah, I roll to kick some ass.
Okay. Oh, shit. That's a 12. I'm also going to use my precise strike to try to aim for a weak spot with my grenade launcher to deal additional damage.
It's their body. These are grenades.
Should I roll again? That's a 7. So I'll deal 1 additional harm. And then my extra effect on the 12 is going to be to deal another harm. So that's going to be 6 total.
Okay.
Far area, messy, loud.
Yeah, it's loud and messy. For sure. So I think sort of putting Margaret behind you, you just pull off of your back, I guess, a grenade launcher, put one in there and just fucking fire. There is, the rest of you, I think, hear this explosion as the grenade goes off. And messy, I mean, you probably feel it
Yeah.
a little bit too. There is just this blast of sort of bright light from the explosion, and then just red as like several of these creatures are just destroyed in front of you as you all start making your way towards the van. And as this happens, I think you all hear very briefly, again, sort of just right in the back of your head, like someone is whispering towards you, going,
Well, that's not very fair.
Says who?
Me!
and as this happens, there is once again sort of in the center of all of you this blast of energy, and you just feel cold, like this freezing cold sort of hit your skin, trying to slow you down in any way possible, and it hurts. What do you do?
Put on additional layers.
Put on your coat. It hurts. You all take 1 harm, ignoring armor.
Oh man. Ouched.
Okay.
I think I'm going to use one of my holds from What Could Go Wrong to reduce someone's harm suffered by 1. So
Okay.
Harry can ignore that. Maybe it's like the spell she tried to use finally kicks in, but now it protects her
okay.
instead of protecting me.
Oh,
Yeah.
buddy. Okay.
I'm assuming that with my sight looking around that I don't see the sort like that the thing is like invisible somewhere or like where this magic is coming from?
I don't think so. I think if you sort of tap into your sight, there is this just general aura around sort of everything that is happening right now of magic. Like it is just pulling from
Okay.
where you are.
Just keep running to get them to the van.
Yeah. Let's get them
Okay.
somewhere
so yeah.
safe-ish.
So yeah, you're pulling everyone along, and the van is coming up very quickly. I think so. All of you sort of make it there, and as you do, as you're sort of like just running, pulling everybody along, right in front of the van, there is this flash, and I think in this moment, sort of coming, almost like it's coming out of the van, you see this puppet-like face in front of you that you've all seen at this point, as the marionette of Little Sister comes out and says,
Where are you going?
I shoot it.
"Okay,
With the shotgun or the grenade launcher?
Not the grenade
this is
launcher.
this is pertinent information."
Yeah.
You said this thing is like in between us and the van.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just shoot it with the shotgun.
Leffler would also like to try to shoot with the hunting rifle.
Okay.
Pew pew pew.
Yeah, both of you roll to kick some ass.
That's a 9.
You
Okay.
can't. There is a +1 forward floating.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess see if you need it.
Well-
Well, nope.
Oh no.
So I got a 4.
How long does this +1 forward gonna last for? Is this something that I need to take, or we could keep holding on to for something bigger?
I'm not for super long.
Because
There isn't a whole lot bigger.
Okay, I'll just go ahead and take it then to bump that up to a 10, since I don't think that'll help Lefla
No.
get
just-
to.
Yeah.
Well, I guess unless you have something where that would help you get to a mixed
No,
success.
I'm just debating if I want to use luck on this or not, but I don't think I do. Yeah.
Okay. And I don't know, like, if this feels like the right time. I don't know what this power is that Gwyneth wants me to use. If it's something that might lock her down someplace that we could use it, but I'm gonna try using it, I guess, if it feels like this is the right moment. If I don't get like the NPC in the back of my head, this isn't the time to use that.
Don't.
The
And
voice comes into your head.
and actually, if we're gonna do that, it's gonna be less damage, but I think it's gonna be more narratively because I haven't gotten to use this yet. I don't think I shoot. I think I just punch her in the face because I've got
Ghost punch.
I've got I've got the big whammy now, which is I can
God.
use I have like a magical attack. So if you can use your powers to kick some ass, and I can deal. It's 2 harm close off. The only difference is it's magical damage instead. And I can
Okay.
roll weird instead of tough, but my tough is better.
Okay. So you punch
Yeah.
instead of shooting.
I think this just like
Yeah.
force of magical energy is what I'm going for, but I don't know if Gwyneth's thing is gonna do anything different.
Well, I am gonna have you roll plus weird
Okay.
to do this. So much is happening.
I assume we'll get to my failure in a minute.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and take that XP, which gives me an improvement.
Good job.
I'm gonna regain a used luck point.
Oh. What'd you
My
just roll?
my weird rolls have been the best rolls I've made tonight. That's an 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe it. So
You only have a
yeah,
+1.
I only have a +1.
Ah!
as this is happening, Smith, I think you sort of drop whatever gun it is you have in this moment, and just rear back and let loose this almost sort of bordering on uncontrollable flow of energy toward this creature that is blocking the mom van from you. There, I think in this moment, sort of everything just stops for a second in front of you, and you let loose this flow of energy towards it. And as this is happening, it I think you see it very briefly, looking between you and Lefla, probably trying to assess which of you is the bigger threat. And as this energy almost reaches it, you see it sort of in this moment of panic try to harness some of it, any of it, trying to keep it from killing it. And as you land this blow, there is this blast of light. And I think you, with your sight, can see this. There are sort of two tendrils of this, one between you and the creature, and one between the creature and Lefla. Um, Lefla, you, as a blowback from this, are going to take 4 harm.
Now, does that ignore armor?
Yep.
Are you okay?
Well, so I still have this one what could go wrong hold that says reduce someone's harm suffered by 1. I don't know if that can apply to me. But also, I am very interested narratively to see what happens if I don't do that.
How
You're
many?
someone.
How much harm do you have? Is this going to kill?
Well,
How does this work
if I
in
check
this
4
game?
more boxes, I have no more boxes to check.
Does that mean death in this game? I don't know.
So you get to decide right now whether your character dies.
Yeah. Oh. I could also use a luck point to avoid all that harm. That doesn't feel as interesting. I think I'm going to use the hold to reduce it by 1, so I have 1
So you
checkbox
are
left.
wrecked.
Okay.
Right on the edge.
I assume I am now unstable,
Extremely.
and I may just be burning luck anytime I take harm moving forward.
Okay. So there's this blast of energy, Smith, I think, from you, and just like briefly, you see it connect with this this creature, and then snake off and connect with Lefla, and you see Lefla, I think, collapse. And there is this this frozen moment sort of in front of all of you, and it goes very quiet, and just Smith, I think you hear this quiet voice in the back of your head saying, "Do you think this is the end?"
I'm assuming not, since you're talking to me.
So confident. So sure. Have you even stopped to think about the deal that you've made to get to this point?
I'll live with the consequences of my actions. You won't.
You won't live for very long, Jethro. But that's a game for another day.
And you feel this voice sort of leave you, and there again is this sort of blinding flash of light in front of you. And it expands out and sort of encompasses everybody for a moment, and then very quickly sort of folds in on itself to where the puppet was before, and you all just see very briefly this smile, too big for its face. And then there is this sort of rushing sound, and the light collapses in, and it's gone.
I'm gonna go try to heal Lefla. Gonna see if they're okay.
They're not. What would you like to do?
I would like to try to use some magic.
Okay.
To sort of just like breathe for a minute, be like, it's gonna be okay. You're gonna be alright. And it's just like saying encouraging things like they said to me.
Yeah, roll plus weird.
That's a 15.
Okay.
So you heal at least one harm from an injury. I don't know if there's there's nothing on a 12 plus.
So
for
good.
me yet. Double sixes.
That's very good. I'm gonna say you heal 2 harm. Unstable still stands.
We gotta get them back.
Lefla, are you okay? I've done what I can. Okay. Picks him up.
It's okay. We'll just walk it off. It'll be fine. Let's just get back to Aegis, and everything will be okay.
I think it's similar to, I forget exactly how much harm I took back when I blew up the witch's circle way back when, but I think I don't think I was not that close to death, but much like then, like a good chunk of the vines and leaves and stuff have blown away, and you see mostly just like this twiggy root-like body.
Oh.
Hey, and listen, I didn't mean for that to happen. Just sort of the way it kind of came back around. I don't
know what you're talking about.
Sure.
And right now I don't think I can.
It's okay. It's okay. I got you.
Right.
I think it's gone.
I don't know. I think it's as gone as it's gonna be.
Right.
We look around, like, is the world falling apart around us? Is
this
like ending of a Final Fantasy game, or is this like...
I wouldn't know. No. Everything is quiet.
We'll just have to trust that this is over.
Okay. Let's get everyone back. Kind of helps everybody into the van. We can try to navigate our way back home.
Okay. Everybody gets into the van.
Let's drop Lefla
in. Somebody roll plus weird
Oh God.
to get back home.
Please, look, we
I got this.
can't have a detour. We can't go back to the dinosaurs. Or...
You could
wanted
go
the
back
dinosaurs
to the dinosaurs
so bad, my dude.
Go back to the dinosaurs. Little sister's actually hitching a ride, but T-Rex eats her, and we win.
Based on Morgan's face, you might be going back to the dinosaurs.
Please, just use the luck point.
I'm gonna use a luck point, but I rolled like double ones,
Oh my
guys.
God. We don't have time for a detour. We got 11 minutes to wrap this baby up.
Oh man. Okay.
Use a luck
Yeah, I'm gonna use
Or
luck
we just end up
Okay.
in southern Alabama.
point. In a little town.
Thus, the legend of the Moth Lady was born.
Heck yeah.
Now hold on. We might
Hold
have
on.
something
Hold
here.
on here.
That is up
Ed
to you if you
furiously
want to
typing
use
into
your
her
luck.
notes. You use a luck point, and I believe your luck move is that something from your fate comes into play.
Yes. When you spend a luck, yeah, comes in play.
Okay. So you, without Lefla driving, sort
Yeah.
of do
I
your
think
best.
Perry's just been basically glowing for the last like 10 minutes, just doing all
That
this
seems
magic
right.
stuff.
That seems right. Yeah, I think there is this this sort of energy that well, I was gonna say that you all notice. It's really just Smith. I don't know that Lefla is sort of cognizant of most of what's going on. Maybe you had this great dream about this wonderful glowing moth, but I think
Very
there's
sparkly.
energy like almost dripping off of Periwinkle, just sort of flowing from her at this point. But you, Periwinkle, you focus. There is a moment, I think, where you feel something, almost like something in the pit of your stomach, like catch, and you feel
Oh.
like, oh no, something has gone wrong. And there is this, just for a second, sort of outside as you're traveling in the mom van, there are these flashes of sort of colors and light outside, and there is this moment, just Periwinkle, I think, where you notice it stops, and you are somewhere you've never been before, but you look out and there is this planet where you've landed very briefly. It is mostly rocky, sort of out in the distance. I think you can see what looks like a forest of some kind. So there's some very tall trees with like long branches, and you look around and your attention is caught by this shimmering kind of out, sort of in the mouths of a couple of caves that you can see, and on the branches of these trees, and you just see these large cocoons kind of hanging. And then it's gone, and you right yourself, and you and the van start to get back on the right track, and you head toward home. And after another moment, you land, sort of rolling up in the familiar loading dock where the van is supposed to be. And you roll up to Aegis.
I think we're home.
Yeah.
I like looks at Sable and was like, "Did you see it?"
I think Sable sort of looks at you with this knowing look on her face, like she knows what you're talking about, and says, "We can find it."
See what?
I think we saw our future home. And then just sort of like has this realization. Well, Lefla's dying, but remembers the vision that she saw that Lefla was in it. And I think she might have seen that. Like has like deja vu moment of like,
Mhm.
that's what I saw. Ooh. I don't know if these bugs cry. Maybe they do.
maybe a little bit.
A little bit.
A little tear. As you take Lefla and a very distressed Margaret out of the van and toward relative safety. I will leave you with this. You take Lefla, Margaret, Sable to some medical officer to be checked out, healed mostly for a couple of them. It made sure that they are okay. And you all, I imagine, stick around for a lot of this. I'm kind of hanging out in the ward, making sure that everything is as it should be.
I mean, as hanging out as we can, because we also did just barely escape from here as prisoners. So
You did. Enough to make sure that everything is everyone is gonna be okay, as okay as they can be after that. And I'll say you all, as quickly as you can. Well, not all of you, Lefla, because you're under major medical supervision. But Periwinkle and Smith, I think, making your way sort of out of the watchful eye of Aegis for the most part, sort of planning your next move. Periwinkle, I think you, looking at Smith, there is this moment where his already sort of white, milky eyes start to glow. Just very briefly. Smith, you feel the now completed brands on your arm start to heat up. Not to a painful. They don't hurt. I don't know what the word is that I was gonna say, but they don't sort of reach a sort of painful or like doing you actual harm moment. But you feel them heat up. And one by one, they light up very briefly as you hear Gwyneth's voice in the back of your head, giving you a sort of basic understanding of what they mean, almost like a very basic translation. And the four of them light up one by one, and you just hear her voice say, "Are you ready, Jethro?"
Ready? Ready for what?
And they start to light up one by one, and you hear her say, "You will see. You will find. You will know. You will serve."
That wasn't the deal.
And you are met with silence. And that's where we're going to end.
Oh, man.
This first iteration.
What sort of M. Night Shyamalan? Just kidding, that was very good.
Gotcha.
Probably good I didn't opt to have Lefla die, or else it would just be a way too dark ending.
That would have been so sad.
That would have been sad. Can we get a little glimpse as to like what the next like couple days? Like, does Lefla live? Is Lefla okay?
Lefla,
Do we all go to prison?
I'm gonna ask Alex. Do you
Mhm.
want Lefla to live?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. That seems fine. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone lives.
Does
Just this once.
does Sable like tell us like does she give her statement and go, hey, so these guys shouldn't go to prison? Please.
In the next couple of days, you all live and you don't go to prison.
Good.
That's nice.
No, I think there is some discussion of what happened. Some people who maybe were acting out of character. You do not immediately go to prison.
So were there like Aegis agents that were also possessed by this thing?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure. That was my assumption.
Yeah.
It could have just been the unit being fucking weird.
Just being the unit.
So Periwinkle goes to find her home planet. Lefla just
Lives.
gets to be Lefla. And Smith is enslaved by a multi-dimensional creation myth.
Yeah.
Cool.
You don't seem super pleased.
Nope. I mean, I'm sad for my boy.
He's
Oh,
fine.
because I took the silence as her leaving. She was just telling you that last thing and then leaving.
Did the
But
marks,
maybe I interpreted wrong.
did the marks go away? No.
Oh, they didn't? Oh. Well,
Yeah, I think Smith got
I don't
boned, got boned in that deal. As long as his family's okay, that's all that matters. That was good. I like the dark ending though.
I wasn't that dark. I mean, you all lived.
Felt dark
But at
on my
what
end.
cost?
I liked it.
No.
No, I'm saying like don't undersell it. I liked the dark
Okay.
ending.
yeah.
I was like, if this just all goes away and ends happy, that'll be fun. But then I thought, like in the back of my mind, it's like, what if he just gets super fucked by this deal right now? And that's, yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
We could do the XP questions, I guess.
Do we need to?
I feel sort of lost without them.
Yeah.
Did we conclude the current mystery?
Did we?
I
Did
don't
we?
feel like we did. Yo, dog, I don't think we did conclude the
Yeah.
mystery.
I was sort of relying on you guys.
I mean,
You punched a creepy mannequin.
Quite a bit.
I used the power that was given to me to do the thing that the power thing wanted me to do, which I guess was probably not the right choice, but I made it. I want to go back and read the rest of this Choose Your Own Adventure book and see what happened if I'd done something differently.
If you use a grenade launcher instead of punching.
Yeah.
Did you save someone from certain death or worse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we saved Sable and what's her name? Martha?
Margaret.
Margaret.
Yeah, that feels good. Did we learn something new
Martha.
and important about the world?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Did you learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
Yes.
Great. Everyone can have 2 XP.
Guess this will be important if we come back to find out how boned we are in the future.
Yep. I get an improvement.
I improve.
Hang on to those. So yeah, that is where, I mean, you guys know at this point that I can't just like leave it all nicely like tied up in a bow. Have you met me? But that for the first, I guess we're calling them seasons. I've just decided.
Hey, there you go.
That is where we're going to leave this this story for now. So the first iteration of All Myths Are True will stop right here. maybe it'll come back at some point. We don't know. But the story has ended for now. But never fear, the show itself is not going away because in about a little less than 2 weeks, because I was a goober and couldn't play yesterday because migraines are the worst. We'll be back on Thursday, January 23rd, at the same time, our bi-weekly Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern time. We are going to pick up with a new story. We're going to be playing Tales from the Loop. I'm going to be running it. These friendly faces that you have come to know and love here on JGK will be here, as well as one additional face, a Barry, who you know from twitch.tv/DamnItBarry, and also from Saturday Nights is going to be playing with us as well. So we're going to pick up with a new generation of monster hunters. There's going to be weird stuff. It's probably going to get creepy at some point. There's going to be time travel, most likely, because once again, have you met me? But yeah, we're going to play Tales from the Loop, and it's going to be really awesome. That's really all I've got. Come hang out with us tomorrow here on twitch.tv/Game Nights for a new episode of Saturday Nights. Are we playing at regular time tomorrow? 3 p.m. Eastern time? Yeah. Awesome. So 3 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, we're going to be playing some Dungeons and Dragons. Things are getting real serious on the Saturday nights as well.
What the heck?
This is our anti-penultimate episode of the show. So yeah. Come hang out.
That's coming up. That story is sort of coming to its conclusion as well. So coming out with us then, and then on Sunday we have we've had finale premiere, not finale, but finale, close to finale. We're gonna do the end of the story. But then on Sunday we're having the premiere of Pursuit of the Black Kestrel, our 2nd edition Pathfinder show, which is gonna be super fun and awesome, and a lot of us will be there, as well as some new faces. So
yeah, come check it out if you've never watched or played Pathfinder 2nd edition before, because that's what we're playing.
We're gonna be working through it.
Yep.
Come work through it with us.
Nope.
Yay!
We don't know what we're doing.
I'm running it, and I probably should look at the rule book. It's in 2 days.
No, do what I do and just don't.
I don't feel like that's an option with this game.
This game has a lot of rules, you guys.
And so many numbers.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So if you love rules and you love numbers, or if you love us.
It's about to get crunchy. If you like crunch.
Yeah. Crunch.
Gosh.
Come crunch some Pathfinder with us on Sunday. But it's gonna be awesome. Any last words?
Thank
Anything
you.
You want to?
Thanks,
I'll
Matt.
give you a minute. Anything you want to leave these pals with? For now, they're all alive, so that's very good. But anything you want to leave them with?
Help. I was gonna say Smith retires at the end, but I don't even know if that's an option now. Doesn't feel like it's an option.
I mean, there is an advancement that you can retire your hunter.
It is. I haven't gotten that far. I haven't gotten enough advancements.
Aww.
No, with this, and again, I love the narrative turn with it. I really do. This just totally changes what I would have thought his ending would be. So I love it.
Maybe at the end of Tales from the Loop, you can all just be happy and cool, but not this time.
Well, I hope so. We're like 12, so you can only get so
yeah,
far.
you are all gonna be like children, literal children.
It
That
is.
probably won't get as dark as this one did.
Can we get a confirmation whether this is happening in the same like multiverse? Like, are we gonna have the coursers show up at some point?
I mean, the Moth Lady is a thing.
That is
Decided.
that's
Moth
definitely a thing now.
lady. Oh,
You know what?
love it.
We'll
That-
see.
Lays their eggs in people.
It's not always people.
Not always.
The
Usually
not
it's-
always part doesn't make me feel more comfortable.
Soylent Green is not always people.
No.
It's people.
Sometimes.
Sometimes it's people.
Okay.
So, I mean,
Okay.
I guess that's where we're leaving this. Because do you know what? As a GM, I just always want to go down the roads that my players want to go down. So for this season, we'll see you in 2 weeks. Show up. It's gonna be awesome. Good game. And sometimes it's people.
Sometimes it's people.
Sometimes it's people.
I guess sometimes it's people. Good night, internet.
Good night.